Hey Aussie gamers and honorary Aussie gamers from around the world, welcome to episode 81. Today is Monday the 8th of June 2015 and you're listening to the Aussie Gamers Express podcast, the podcast with the host that ponders and wonders what happened to last week's show. I am your host, LewkOne. I am returning and joining me as usual is our good friend Thorncliff. How are you?
I am very well.
That is lovely. Also joining us is our other great friend Red. How are you?
Much more relaxed.
Lovely. Without the show on your shoulders. How did you feel doing last week's show being the host?
Well, I'll explain how I felt I'd done the show. Yeah, it was very, very good. I really, really appreciate
In fast forward.
And incomplete.
Incomplete, skipping bits, doing... Hey, you got the show done in the end. That's the main thing. It's all good. I wasn't available and you guys made do. You guys don't do the controlling and all that sort of stuff usually. I've done over 100 episodes of podcasts now, so it's understandable that I'm a little bit polished, not sort of toot my own horn too much, but yeah, I've done it before a few times. So
I'll go on, you deserve it a little bit.
I'm fucking awesome. But anyway, before we get into that, here's this week's show in preview. First we'll have Game Talk, then after Game Talk we'll cover some news, and in that news I'll tell you about it this week. Fallout 4 ditches dead weight. Inside Delayed, that's a game for the Xbox One. The Nathan Drake collection, we've got some details on that. DOTA 2 prize pool record. Spike Lee and 2K Games. A Diablo expansion for Heroes of the Shitstorm, and Forza 6 information leaked. After that, we'll do What's That Sound? And then after that, not so frequently asked questions. This week, we'll be talking about Silent Hill.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be interesting. So covering a couple of games in the Silent Hill world. After that, we'll do Shout, and we'll bring the show home for another week. First, Red.
You mean?
Tell me about your game talk.
Well, as you guys know, for extenuating circumstances, I probably haven't done as much gaming this week than I'd normally fit in one session. But in that time, I have played 25 Crucible matches on Destiny on the Iron Banner. Yep. Yay. That's about all I have to say about that. It's just laggy and I die. So, yeah. A little bit of Call of Duty, not a whole lot. I jumped on with Zesty for about 37 seconds and got about 28 seconds of his conversation, and that was that. Played a little bit of Magicka 2 with you, I do believe. Well, that might have been just prior to last week's podcast, but we did do a couple of levels on there because we're having a bit of issues because we were up to the same point, but it said the host is further than you, so none of this will be going down as progress for you. And it's like, I don't care. I'm playing games with Luke. I've probably spent 3 or 4 hours in The Witcher, nothing major. Got to try and catch up to Wexy sometime soon. He's now got boasting privileges as the highest level person in the game that I know. 22. No. Oh, other than your completion run, yeah, it's my bad.
I got a high level.
I met someone that's only paid 8% of the game.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll tell you one thing that did take me a little bit by surprise, and you can't help but be, well, me especially, in my personal opinion, be skeptical of the PlayStation Plus titles. But Skulls of Shogun, which you really loved too, didn't you, Luke?
Yeah, good fun.
I took to that a little bit. It's just a turn-based strategy game, if you will. Colourfully presented. It's got some similar humour to Magicka 2 and Magicka 1, the series there. It's just it's a little bit funny, and they go a little bit colloquial every now and again, like, what did you do? And where what did you is like one word and stuff like that. Well, but
you know, a word that it's just sneaking into my vocabulary because I've heard it in so many places. I first heard it used with You Don't Know Jack, but it's very irreverent.
Irreverent.
Yeah, I found out the sort of meaning of that through hearing it many, many times, but sort of fun, poking fun at, not taken too serious. It's an irreverent game.
Yeah, that's a good way to sum it up, actually.
I think that's what it means.
Yeah, I played...
Sure, it's just not an Asian person saying irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Andy, say irrelevant. I played one level of Futuridium.
Oh, wow. Hang on, sorry to interrupt you, but I just looked up the actual meaning of irreverent. showing a lack of respect for people or things that are generally taken seriously.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably another word for satire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'd near sum it up as not giving a fuck.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, one level of Futuridium. That was not the.
I played a level of that as well, it's just because I couldn't get past the first level.
It's a bit quick, isn't it? And the controls don't seem as responsive as the level. The level comes at you quite quickly, but you can't left and right and up and down. So maybe that's a knack that I'll have to get the hang of. Whether I play it again, it's not really on the to-do list. But and the last thing I played was I actually played the campaign of Battlefield Hardline on the hardest difficulty it would give me, and collected all the trophies that are possible in that playthrough. So I've got the one to go, which is on hardline mode, which I started last night, but got cut a bit short. I had a lot of plans for last night that just didn't come to fruition. But they give you hardline mode, which is meant to be for the first person gamer and rah rah rah. But the thing is, after playing my first playthrough and unlocking everything, I'm walking around with an LMG. Freeze, bang 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 bang. Yeah, job done. But just to sum up quickly on Battlefield Hardline, the only thing that was missing was a cameo by Steven Seagal. It's a B grade rendition of something Call of Duty would produce,
No, you know what would have maybe added to it to make it only slightly worse is if the lip sync was out. Like a bad, samurai movie.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about all these police shows and everything like that. They seem to glorify corruption, and whatnot. And you could smell the corruption and the crooked cops from episode 1, I know what's going to happen here, sort of thing. But yeah, look,
spoiler, are there crooked cops in it? I didn't know that.
Go figure.
Oh, man. It's such a good in-depth story. I was looking forward to it surprising me with stupid shit.
So, yeah, as I said, when Advanced Warfare come out and they had the likes of Kevin Spacey and Joel in there. What's his name again?
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker.
The capture of them and it was written well and whatnot. It seems like Battlefield or EA have gone, all right, well, let's do that. And they're getting the capture of the characters and everything. I recognize a couple of them from cop shows and whatnot. There's a Mexican dude in there that he's been in a couple of bloody TV shows and whatnot. See.
Go on, say it. You recognise him from a couple of Taco Bell ads.
But it just
last week.
Oh, Sean, that's getting removed. Can't say that.
Everything that Call of Duty done well, these guys. I'm sure they didn't go out and say, right, let's copy COD. But it seems like they have, and they've just done it episodically, like it come on Netflix and up next on Hardline if you quit the game halfway through, coming up on Hardline, previously on Hardline. I understand why they're probably doing it like that, because as with every other expansion on the Battlefield games since 2 or 3, when multiplayer become really big, it was only ever the addition of multiplayer maps and everything, but with this one they seem poised to add 1 or 2 episodes to the campaign with each edition. The only thing that was cool about it is also like with your Call of Duties and whatnot, I threw you in different situations. I have no explanation as to why a cop would end up in a tank, but fair dinkum, you get the tank and you get to have a little one-on-one with another dude in a tank and everything like that. It threw different situations at you. It wasn't just straight linear run and gun. So yeah, probably a good 6.5 out of 10 for the story. As I said, I'm just doing it for the trophies, as you do.
Can I add something? I'll just ask a question along it though. You've said that they're going to release more episodes as it comes with the DLC and that. Does it end?
Yes.
At a point where you go, you know what, the story's over now.
No, even it ends on a knife edge of what will you do with what you've been given at the end, if you know what I mean. It's well worth a playthrough, you know, as it stays in tune with its episodic sort of thing. Each level goes for about 45 minutes. But you know the worst part? It's one of Luke's pets hates. What do you think it might be, Luke?
Oh,
No skipping.
oh, the cutscenes.
Fucking cutscenes that can last for fucking 5-10 minutes per level.
Well, I did that when I
you
first
can't skip
started
them.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the first level of it, and it was that there. And I'm sitting there going, I played this for 20 minutes and I haven't shot anyone yet.
Free me up. I felt real constricted. And because I've got to turn around and now play it on the harder difficulty that's just unlocked, it's so much more tedious. I'm only doing a level at a time now. I can't just sit down and sesh it.
Yeah, see, that's a cardinal sin. You've got to, especially in a game where it forces you to replay the game, like because you can't play on hardline first go, can you?
No.
So you have to play it a second time. You've got to play it through once on any of the difficulties and then on the hardest difficulty to get all the trophies. You must have skippable and pausable cutscenes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's because they can get in there and just and I was like, I know what you're saying. I know what you're about to do. You know, even when you go in and hit square to replay mission, you know, because there's a couple of missions there I had to replay for trophy purposes. Fair enough if you go and you start campaign and you're playing through, yeah, fair enough if you can't skip the cutscenes and whatnot, but you're replaying a mission. You actually hit a button to replay. It's not loading or anything. It says, press square now to replay this mission. It's like, okay. Well, the game knows you're replaying it. The game knows you've just sat through it for the last fucking hour. Just... So I just got to start the cutscene and go out for a smoke.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Come back and they go, are you getting out of the car yet, Nick? No. Are you getting out of the car? Get out of the car. Fuck off.
Not until I finish my durry.
Yep. So that's my week. Battlefield Hardline campaign, worth one playthrough. May as well.
All right, Sean, tell us about your week. How's the herpes going?
Yeah. Yeah, cleared up.
Yeah, good stuff.
I can now speak out of both sides.
It's a very big happy birthday today, actually.
To who?
My PlayStation 3 turned 5 today.
Oh, isn't that cute?
Yeah.
That's what to say, yeah.
I jumped on Facebook this morning. It says, you have memories from today. And I clicked on it and I'm like, got my PlayStation 3 today.
Very good.
Yeah. So I've had a couple of friends over on the weekend. So we had Claire and Dale came over for a bit. That's the bearded arse Asian. Yeah. Elad. And we were playing through a few games. We had to go with Magicka 2. Just had a bit of a stuff around on that, playing I think it was about the first 2 or 3 levels. And Call of Duty Exo Survival, absolutely terrible at it. Trolls Fusion, absolutely hilarious to play with a first-time Trolls player. I think, Luke, you were there when I had my first go on it. And
it's no different today.
Yeah.
Really?
And Forza 5, so we're playing all those and had a few hours of gaming with those, and it was really cool, really good fun, just to stuff around and a bit of couch co-op. By myself, I've been playing Infamous First Light, just going around and collecting it. I was talking to Red the other day when I was playing it, and it's just the amount of stuff to do after you actually finish it is phenomenal. It's just so much extra that can be done on it.
Didn't you say you did all the collectibles?
I did all the collectibles, but I haven't done all the challenges. Sorry, the challenges.
Oh, okay, in that arena.
Yeah, and in the story mode challenges as well. So, yeah, I've only got a few of those left to do, but then going into the what did you call it?
Arena,
yeah. And doing those, I think my highest score is about 150,000. So
that's cute.
Yeah. You get like 500,000 and then 10 million points all up in the arena. So yeah, it's going to take a hell of a long time. I'm feeling to really finish it off. Strider. I didn't know much about it, and I thought, it's been on my console for a while. I was deleting stuff off, and I'm like, you know what, I'll give it a go. Yeah, I've been smashing away. That I've put a fair few hours into it actually, and really enjoying it. It's really cool. Just finding all the collectible stuff, and I like the side-scrolling element about it, and the boss fights are pretty cool. And yeah, it's a good turning brain off game, I guess. It's yeah.
It's pretty pacey, isn't it?
Yeah, and like it's unforgiving with checkpoints and stuff like that in some points.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying playing it actually. It's you'd be running around an area so many times, and you go, oh, well, how do I get out of here? How do I do this? And then there'll be one tiny little area that you've missed from previously, and you go back and go into the next area. And yeah, I don't really. I think I've really got bugger all of the collectibles because of just how big it is in the scope of being able to go down through areas, and when you get certain powers, and you can go back through areas and do other things in it and that. And yeah, at the moment, I think I'm just trying to finish it. And then once you finish it, can you go back through with all your powers that are still?
Nope.
No. Oh, okay.
Once you enter the boss part, it says you can't come back from here. You sure you want to move on?
Ooh.
Yeah. Because as I said, it's going to take 3 playthroughs for a platinum, unless you're a fucking freak. But so I spent probably 14, 15 hours on just medium, running around collecting everything, and there's no shame in it. I did use a bit of a guide for a couple of them, especially the outfits.
Oh yeah.
And then you got to do your 4-hour run, which on easy, I done it in 2 hours and 50 minutes. I knew exactly where I had to go, where the power-ups were that I needed. I didn't finish that game with all the power-ups.
Yeah.
And then there's the grinding hard run.
Yeah. Yeah, because I started it on hard. I thought, you know what, I'll just run through it.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It truly is.
Well, they even call it marshmallow level.
Yeah. Marshmallow difficulty. Yeah. No, they're enjoying it. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, just go in every now and again for a couple of hours and
do a couple of 360s.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm up to a bit now with I'm fighting against one of the wild hunts, and it's just I've died a few times on him, and I'm just like, I need a break from this for a bit just to reevaluate where I'm going to go and how I'm going to get through him. And I'm playing it on the easiest level, and I don't know why that is. Why I can't just smash him and move on. But
I thought you didn't know why you're playing on the easiest level. I was going to say, easy, you're a noob.
Yeah. Jumped on today and played a little bit of Dying Light, probably about an hour or two. And then last of all, Luke can chime in with this one as well. I've been playing Wander.
Oh, yeah.
So last week I sounded a little bit... what were you saying, Luke? I sounded a bit demoralised by it or emotional about it. Emotionally pissed off about it.
No, because it sounded like when I was listening to the podcast and I was doing the editing and you started talking about Wander, it was kind of like you're like, oh, I played Wander. Oh.
It's because you wanted more from it.
What am I going to do?
Yeah, it was. I was like,
I'm not going to be able to pay my bills.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were really concerned. Like, I was like, what the hell are you on?
I wanted this to be like something nice and beautiful and great, like watching the trailers for it and stuff.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Look, and
it's Goat Simulator. It's how broken it is.
Why is Goat Simulator broken?
Because they said we're going to whatever bugs and stuff it's got in it, we're just not going to fix.
Yeah, but that was because they're funny. No, this is nothing like that. Look, the way I put it down to, I mean, Wander is a very strange game for anybody, full stop. And I think the reason why it's had so much bad press, because I've seen a lot of reviews coming through about it, But there's something that I'm going to endeavour to try and clear up, and I've made contact with the developer to try and get some clarifying questions through about it, and maybe some future some patches for it. But I think the issues with it, and the reason why it's not hitting home with a lot of people, it's a mixture of the fact that Wanda is a new, very unfamiliar concept, that mixed with the fact that it has a lot of crippling bugs in it, which I think really prevents it from being appreciated for what it really is. When I turned on Wanda the first time, and it does the whole pan around the tree, because you start off as a tree, as weird as that sounds. And I thought, wow, that actually looks really good. That tree looks pretty cool. It's matching in with the backgrounds. It looks really tidy. That's cool. And then you get into the first-person view, and I thought, wow, this is smooth. Yeah, this is good. I'm walking around, and then the problems started to kick in and started to become very obvious. Now, one that's not a particular crippling bug, but Sean, I'm sure you noticed. Red, have you played it yet?
No, mate, I haven't.
The foliage pops all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that, Sean?
Yep.
So when you're walking, things that are right in front of you are popping in and out of view. Like normally in a game, like an open world game, you'll see like a tree materialize as you get closer to it.
Yeah.
Well, this constantly does it really close to you. So it's not, the draw distance has issues, not at its extremity, but right up close to you. So you can see further, but all the things in the foreground right in front of you are popping in and popping out at the wrong times. So there's an issue there. The overall look of it all, however, looks quite nice. But the crippling aspect comes in when you're trying to get places. Now, I think the game is basically revolving around exploration. Now, that's the whole concept behind it. You're exploring, you're working things out. You're not given much of a story. It's work it out for yourself. And that intrigues me. I really like that concept. But when I walk at a snail's pace, that frustrates me, because I can see things and I want to get there, but it's going to take me an hour because you just walk really, really slow. And then in one day you can transform into different forms. So you start off as a tree, you can transfer into this little tiny, I can't remember what they're called, but it's a human looking thing. And it gave the impression that this thing could run a little bit quicker than the tree, which was cool. But then it's broken because she won't run all the time. Like, I thought that she was just getting tired, but it wasn't.
That's what I thought. I'm like, this person has the stamina of an 85-year-old man.
Yeah, but no, it's just broken because you even stop and you rest for a bit and you go and you click in the left stick to run like you do in most games, and takes 2 steps and stops running. And the walking pace is unforgivably slow. It's ridiculous. You will not get anywhere walking. I wanted to cross over like this large empty plain to get to this building. I actually held the stick forward and started browsing Reddit while they were walking, and it dead set took about 5 minutes, and I was just browsing Reddit. I actually contemplated like putting something on the stick.
A rubber band.
Yeah, like a rubber band around the stick and then around the L2 button or something to keep it forward so I didn't have to hold the control. It was that slow and tedious. And then when I get up to this building, have you seen it yet, Sean? That big axe-looking silver...
Oh, I think so.
Looks like one of those like weird-ass beetle things, but massive. Anyway, it's got a weird science fiction-y looking building. Anyway, I finally got up to that building and had a look, and walked through the wall of the building. It was you completely clipped through it. I don't know what the go was, and I couldn't get inside the building, so I walked all that way for no payoff. And then on top of that, I was walking down a set of stairs, and all of a sudden, my little character started skydiving down the stairs. And I think you can see her unmentionables when she does that.
Ooh.
I could tell what she had for breakfast, put it that way. But some other things as well. If you walk, you can click the right stick and put it into third person mode, and that's the way I preferred to play it. But if you're in third person mode and you strafe left to right, the character animation is exactly the same as when you're walking forward, except you're going sideways, and exactly the same when you could walk backwards. The character model walks forward, so it's kind of like a little bit of Michael Jackson going on there with a moonwalk. Stuff like that are visual. You can eliminate that by going into first person mode, but the other things are broken. Eventually you unlock a map. Have you seen the map part?
Oh yes, it is very slow. And
what's the map do? It's black. Yeah. I don't know if it wasn't loading properly. But
I said, like, you had to go here, and I'm like, put down a marker on the map, and I'm like, for where? Where am I going? What am I doing? Like, what's...
No, it's not telling you to put it anywhere. It's just saying you can do it. But when you put the marker down, I went to where the marker was, because I kind of knew where I put it down close to me. There's no marker. You put the marker down in the map, and then you go back to the game, and the marker's not there. And when you're in the map, all of the land is black, so you can't make out any
where you are or where you've been, or
yeah, exactly. It doesn't work. And then there's all this stuff around the outside, which I think are just for show. The bits that are like they're like little settings. There's like an underwater setting. There's like the sky setting with all the stars and stuff. I think they're just settings. I don't think they're actually for anything. But yeah, that 3D map thing is, I think, broken, because if it's meant to be like that, it's not very helpful. But that's the thing. I think that just
talking about settings. What about the settings in the game?
It doesn't.
The setting.
It doesn't really have any, but it's saddening to know that the developers knew the game was broken, because there's a setting in there that says can't move, and you press can't move, and it resets you back to the last sort of checkpoint. I know that there are other MMOs that do that because they're such vast open worlds. You may get stuck from time to time, but to encounter I'm stuck moments as much as I have as well is quite poor. I'm thinking that there just needs to be a fair bit of post-launch work to be done. So it needs to be patched. I've contacted the developer and asked them if they can give us a heads up as to what patches are in the works, if any. Hopefully maybe by next week I might have a reply and I'll be able to tell you all about it, but that's what I'm hoping on. Being an Australian developer, the developers for Wanda come from Melbourne. They have my utmost respect as well as support. I will support anything they do, but I can't recommend anybody buy this game, especially for $38 on the store. It's
rich, isn't it?
It's overpriced for the state that it is in at the moment. So watch this space. I'll keep you updated because I don't want to bag this game out just for the sake of bagging it out. I think it can be something unique and it can be something that is enjoyable, but it's definitely not there yet.
Very nicely put, though.
And that's it. That's my week, mate.
Cool. I'll fly through mine. Clan Wars. I think you guys talked about Clan Wars last week in my own. Is that right? I had an absolute ball playing that. That was a really good friendly team environment. It was really fun, and we got the job done, and we won. That was absolutely fantastic. That Clan War has brought back Modern Warfare 2 LewkOne. That was back when I owned in first-person shooters, and I'm enjoying them again. I'm not 100% back to where I was back then, but I'm getting there. And the first things first, I'm enjoying it now.
Yeah, that's what to say. The enjoyment levels are there.
Yeah, which is helping me to do a lot better, because on top of playing Call of Duty for the Clan War, I've also been playing Battlefield Hardline, and I'm really into that. I've been putting a fair few hours and a fair few games into playing Hardline. I'm really enjoying the different modes. I'm not just stuck on one. I've been playing quite a fair bit of TDM, Blood Money, and
Conquest.
That's right. I did try out Hotwired, but
yeah,
Hotwired is essentially just a place for people to go to make money.
Yep.
Because I got into it and all I did was get into one of the cars and drive it around the exterior of the map. Nobody attacked me and I didn't attack anybody, but we all made lots of money in XP. And is that essentially what it is for you?
Yeah, that's all it is for me. It was a lot more fun. Put it this way, it was a lot more fun in the beta than it was in the release title because, as you said, there's even because you can buy your servers, you
rent them.
You rent the servers. Yeah, there's people out there that are just setting up hardline servers where you'll be booted if you shoot anyone.
Yeah, just so you can drive around and boost.
Yeah.
Look, that's all well and good, but I found that very boring. And the cars, I don't think the driving mechanic in it lends.
Feels like you're driving an inch off the ground, doesn't it?
Oh, it just feels like I'm driving a block of wood with a kid's hand.
Yeah.
Okay. The driving mechanic is okay for a quick transport in the Conquest games, but a game mode based around driving, the driving mechanic is crap.
Yeah,
there's no the physics is terrible. It's all bad. It's like I said, it's good for a quick little trip to get to and from for blood money to the money pit and to your own stash. It's good to do that and jump out and shoot and whatever you. But as for a pure mechanic for the game mode, doesn't work. I don't like it. But anyway, I'm enjoying Hardline. It's a really fun game. So if anybody wants to hit us up, I've got to try and work out how to do clans and stuff with that. I don't know how to do it. But
yeah, I think it's all internet based. You can't actually do anything like you can with COD in game.
Yeah, I think that is correct. I have done it. I spoke to Repremier about it, and he was telling me you do it on battle.net or something on.
Battlelog.
Battlelog, not battle.net. That's Blizzard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, I'll look into that, but I've been enjoying that a fair bit. Magicka, as you said, I've been playing Magicka with yourself and enjoying that. That is a really good game. That is irreverent. God of War 1 on the PlayStation Vita. That's a really good game. A very good Vita game, too. It works really well. Looks very good for a handheld game.
Well, it's a PS2 title.
Yeah. It's a PS2 game, and there was the first part that sort of blew me away at the scope is I think it's one of the first bosses, cut off the heads of these dragons or whatever, and it drops dead. And at the end, I was like, where do I go? And I thought, it kind of looks like that mouth is open, sort of. It looks a bit inviting. So I walked inside the dead monster's mouth, and surely enough, that's the way you had to go to get the key for a door or whatever. But that was pretty cool. And so, because I've got the God of War collection, which is God of War 1 and 2. So I want to try and get through those by the time God of War 3 comes out on the PS4. That'll be nice. So you're enjoying that. Lego World, I played that a little bit on PC, as we've got that to play from the Lego people. Who are they? Lego Group or whatever they?
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but Warner Brothers are the publisher, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they made the Lego team.
Yeah, the people that actually make Lego. Anyway, it feels like a nice Lego game, but I think you said it last week. It's very early access. It doesn't seem to have a game yet. It's more so just a
exploration.
Exploration.
You just have a wander.
Yeah,
you get to skydive in that as well.
You do get to skydive in that. Actually, for the same reason. As that I'm stuck thing. That's what it is. But anyway, that looks pretty cool. I'm going to put a little bit more time into that, and I reckon I'll enjoy that because it is fun. I tried out Fallout 3.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I'd go with a bit of the hype. Everyone's buying it and purchasing it and playing it and all that sort of stuff. I already had it. I've had it for quite some time on the PC. So I went to boot it up the other day, and that was about as far as I got because it wouldn't boot up.
Oh, really?
Fuck, it's broken on PC. Absolute piece of crap.
It's amazing it's not been fixed yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's... So, I've been told not to play it on PC, but obviously like my stubborn self, I went and played it on PC anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going and grabbing it tomorrow on the PS3, in all honesty.
Yeah, well, by the sounds of things, it works better. It's probably not perfect. I think it's probably I've heard, for such a game with such a good reputation, I've heard some very poor things about how it works.
It's because the content makes up for it.
Yeah.
I read a review.
Won every award going around, didn't it? Yeah.
I was reading something the other day. A dude was blogging about it, and he goes, "The game crashed on me every 2 hours that I played it. I'd open this up and it'd crash." And he goes, "You know what? I just loaded it up and kept going."
Loved it anyway. That's passion.
But that takes dedication, when it comes to game-breaking glitches and crashes and everything like that, you can not be bloody smacked on the fingers for going, well, fuck this, and playing something else. But
yeah,
I don't know, the content, because I played on the PS3 originally, and I had bugger all issues on there. Whether I'm just a one-off, like The Witcher hasn't crashed on me yet multiple times like it has on everyone else. It could be just a luck thing. But what a game. When you do play it, when you eventually get around to playing it, and hopefully you do, and even if it's on console, hopefully you'll recognise how I get the bit of a likeness to the side quests on Dying Light.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, well, that's my week, but I just wanted to quickly ask you, not one of you guys mentioned playing Call of Juarez Gunslinger.
I've downloaded it.
Play it. I implore you. Yeah. Don't replay Fallout 3. Play that game. Play Gunslinger.
Well, that's why I'm going into EB tomorrow. I'm getting a new PS3 controller because I have 3 kids under 10. Well, I've got now one.
Give it 60 minutes.
Oh, no, I'm going to play it.
Well, yeah, I'm not really talking to you. Sean, give it an hour, and if you don't like it...
Can it. Yeah.
Right. No, this is how confident I am.
Give it another hour.
No, if you don't like it in the first hour, you just give up, I suppose. But I'm confident that this game will be liked by most people. It's a very good game. But anyway, we'll get to that. I want you guys to at least try it.
Yeah. I'm going to go get a new PS3 controller.
Okay, well that's it. Let's get into news.
May I wee?
Yep, go ahead.
Thank you.
No, hold it. Huh? We're just having a break at the moment because Red needs to wee. Oh, you've just wee. 30 seconds. Where is she actually? I'll say goodnight to her. Abby! Give me a second to say goodnight to Abby.
Yep.
Cheers, man.
Alright, sticking with what we were just talking about, Fallout 4, current gen only. It's kicking last generation in the guts and leaving it for dead. So it's only going to be on PC, PS4 and Xbox One. What do you think about that, Red?
I think I'm going to get the game 6 months earlier than first projected, and it's a trend, mate. You look at Black Ops and Dying Light and everything like that it's very quick, I think, in the timeline of things when you look back on the PS2 with the shelf life of 18 years and whatnot, with the backwards compatibility and whatnot. But I really think the amount of effort and work that they're going to have to put into current gen games, I think you'll find more and more games will get the arse, and you'll just be able to get your basketball, your cricket, and your soccer on the PS3, Xbox 360.
What do you think, Sean?
I think it's the right move. The quote coming from Bethesda and Matt Grandstaff, who's the community leader over there, he said that it's not coming to 360 and PS3. The stuff we're doing will never work there. And I think that's a fair call. Yeah,
well, that's it. If you want cutting edge, like blow you away sort of stuff, you can't be making your games for both generations. It just won't, because you're going to be limiting yourself with what you put into the game because it needs to work on the last generation, which is going to cripple the current one. It won't be as good.
Yeah. So I think I said previously on a podcast that they're doing it with Call of Duty. and
Yep.
they said that that's it. You know, Call of Duty's now not going to be on last gen, and it is a console seller. They're no more thinking about the last generation. As Red said, you're going to get your sports games, you're going to get a few things on there, but these big blockbuster things, they're all about marketing now.
Why don't they make like a different version of it for the last generation? Call it like Fallout Titans or something.
I see where you're going with that.
Like
I was just about to say that. Assassin's Creed, yeah, because New Vegas was done by Obsidian Entertainment, not by Bethesda. You know, there's an option there for Bethesda to turn around to Obsidian and go, well, look, you want to do it again?
Yeah.
But are they going to sell the quantities? Are they going to sell the quantities that will justify having another development team come in, use basically your prototype or whatever you've got there, and try and negative gear it back to the last gen? Look,
not happening.
Or we're going to run into the same thing that happened with the PS3 when. Oh, I can't speak for the 360, but for the PS3, the most cutting edge games come right at the end of its lifespan, you know, like with Last of Us and whatnot. It's going to happen here again. We're not going to really tap into what the PS4 and the Xbox One are capable of.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any qualms if all developers at the release of the new generations all of a sudden just stopped. I don't even care if they stop at the end of the generation. I don't know why there's an expectation that it must be continued on. It's not like if somebody bought one a year before the end of the console that there's no games, like the game's going to be reefed off the market. There's still games for sale.
Oh yeah,
that console is capable of playing. If the world moves on, you must move with it.
Yep.
Yeah, and let's face it, look, and I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination it's cheap or everyone should have one. PS4 is so much more accessible than the PS3 was, financially.
Yeah.
Yes, big time.
Big time, you know. And I had someone say to me the other day, they go, oh, the PlayStation 4 hasn't come down in price. And I'm like, well, it doesn't have to. You know, it's still hitting all these marks. You know, you're probably lucky to get $50 off a console now. I think they still retail at $5.50. They probably give you half a dozen games now with the likes of The Last of Us and whatnot, and probably one recent one. But other than that, what's the point? They're going to keep selling them at this price. Every home, I reckon, on average, is going to have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One in next year after, per capita, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but if you don't have the latest generation, you're still going to have a lot of games that I guaranteed that you haven't played yet on the last generations. Games. And they're very good games. No, they're not the latest and greatest thing. You're not going to play Uncharted 4 on your PS3 or anything like that. But you've still got Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Yep. You've got The Last of Us. You've still got heaps. You've got Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, the whole trilogy there. You've got
Gears of War.
Halo.
Fable. Halo.
Yeah. You've got all those games. You don't need to continue to cater to the last generation for too long. I think 12 months is plenty.
Yeah.
And what I was saying is, like 5 years ago, when I got my PlayStation 3, I paid more for it than I did for my PS4.
Yeah, so did I. I paid $700 for my PS3.
Yep, same
here. And that was after I boycotted the original one because it was $1,000.
Yep.
Fuck paying $999 for a PlayStation. No way. And that was when they gutted it and took out all that cool shit.
Yeah, the extra USB ports and
compatibility.
Backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
But anyway, here's what it is. All right, Sean, what news have you got, man?
Inside, the game by the developers Play Dead that made Limbo. So we saw this at E3 last year, and it's been delayed. So they were saying that it was going to be early 2015 that it was coming. It's been in development for 5 years now since Limbo was released in 2010, and they've just basically said there's more that we want to do for it, and just want to polish it, and because
it's a side-scrolling 2D platformer, right?
Yeah,
and it's on the Xbox One. Do you know what's taking so long? Struggling to get 1080 60.
Yeah.
On an indie title.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I don't know that.
Yeah, but I'm really interested in this game. it struck my fancy when I saw it at E3 last year, and I went, wow, this looks kind of creepy, kind of weird, like Limbo. And yeah, when it's released, I'll definitely be getting it.
You've seen your personality in the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Creepy, weird, loner running through the streets, yeah. This guy's got clothes on, though.
And doesn't have herpes.
Good jump.
Awesome. So, yeah, that's blown out now. So, who knows? They haven't stipulated when. They've just said it's not going to make the early 2015 window.
Yeah.
Which is obvious, because I think that's gone.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. That's like saying, we're definitely not going to be releasing it in 2014.
Yes.
It's fucking obvious.
It's going to come soon, but yeah. Are you looking forward to it? Have you seen the stuff for it?
I have seen the stuff for it.
Yeah. Interested?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested. I
thought Limbo was great. Yeah,
Limbo was fantastic. Although Limbo for me was one of those games that once I'd played it, that's it.
Yeah, not that trophy that you had to fucking play through the whole thing in less than so many hours and die less than five times.
Yeah. Fuck off.
I don't even think I got through like the first section and I was sitting there going, right, I'm going to go for this.
I mean, once you've played it through and you know it all, like it'll be fresh in your mind and you'll be able to do it, but it's not a game. Like that game, the great part about it was the discovery of how to get past all the bits. Once you know, it's just easy and dumb.
Yeah.
But as a first playthrough, second to none. 10 out of 10 for that type of game. Loved it. Beautiful. So yeah.
I think I got everything on it except for that playthrough. So I went back and I collected all the...
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, Red, what you got?
Director Spike Lee. Known for movies like She's Gotta Have It, Do the Right Thing, and Jungle Fever.
Oh, yeah, all movies in my favourites list.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X. He's partnered with 2K Games to write and direct the story mode, if you will, the campaign mode, story mode, career mode in NBA 2K16.
What?
Yeah. I know, yeah. Yeah, I was waiting for it because I've got a quote here. Where is it? I was gonna. According to 2K, NBA 2K16's My Career mode, which has always been a really good mode, will allow fans to experience the story of an NBA player with drama, never before experienced in a sports game. It's like, how do I do up my shoes?
He's gonna get arrested. He's gonna get done DUI. He's going to
bash his wife, you know.
Bash his wife, likely. You know, you'll have to use up some of your coin to bail him out of jail. And because that's my opinion of all sports stars. They're all crooks.
But yeah, it's a step in the right direction considering, hang on, I've got my limited edition box sitting here right in front of me, which is still containing its basketball. NBA 2K13, executive producer Jay-Z, Eat a Dick Champ. They got heaps of freaking gay shit, like big names attached to them. No, I'm a big 2K fan and I'll get this and I'll give you news on it because I've played 2K since I think about 2K11 and the basketball series, and the My Career mode is something that's really developed really, really well. So yeah, they're looking to add a little bit of drama to it all, which, look, if it's not just all 48-minute games of basketball, there's a bit of banter and decision-making and whatnot in the middle of it. I know the most riveting decision I had to make in 2K15 was to whether to back a B-grade movie deal. You know, it's like, oh, no.
Right.
Was it a Spike Lee movie?
No. I think the box art says featuring My Career mode by Spike Lee's Joint or something like that, and I'm like, oh, that's just a little bit close. Probably not making the cover art. But I don't know, man. But for all those out there, there's going to be 3 editions, 3 cover stars. Steph Curry, the MVP of this year. Houston Rockets, James Harden, Fear the Beard, and the rookie extraordinaire from the Pelicans, Anthony Davis. And it will be available on 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, Windows PC, September 29.
So there you go. You're going to have your AAA story mode there on the last generation. Not what they're worried about. You don't need Fallout. You're going to have drama from NBA 2K.
Having a joint with Spike Lee.
Yeah, sounds fantastic.
I'll be in it. Like they're pretty decent games for what they really are. So yeah, watch your space.
Lovely.
Dota 2 Championship prize pool has set a new record. So remember last year they had it's called the International anyway. So it's the big world championships that they have last year, and it was something like $10 million last year.
It sounds like that was only like a couple of months ago that we were talking about that. Or was that something else?
That might have been the World Championships, yes, but they bought out the new compendium which is the way that they raised the money for this year's one.
Yeah.
And it was kicked off a couple of weeks ago, I think, and it's at $11.4 million already.
Oh, that's the prize pool.
The prize pool.
Jeez, that's big money.
Yeah. It says basic compendium sells for $10 and the second version for $27.99.
Right, Kevin, you got to get into it, bro. And if you win, swing us a bit, will you?
Yeah.
Bankroll AGE.
Yeah,
AGE Corporate Edition.
Yeah, so I've got here the final prize pool last year was $10.9 million, and already this year it has hit $11.4 million. So,
Church day, Jay.
Massive, and it's all funded by the community.
That's it. They love the game.
Yep.
It's all communist dollars.
It's going to be held it's kicking off on the 3rd of August at the Seattle Center, Key Arena. So,
I've never played it.
Yeah.
It's never even.
You know what? It's like League of Legends.
That's
fun.
why I never played it, because somebody told me that.
Yeah.
I should try it, though. It's free, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe one day. When everything else is broken.
Yeah.
All right, Red.
Oh, mate, I was going to give you my other piece of news, but we'll continue on with this MOBA just so you grind a little bit more in your undies, because I know you love it. This game's like League of Legends also. There will be a Diablo-themed expansion for Blizzard's Heroes of the Shitstorm.
Yes.
It will be titled Eternal Conflict with MMOs by Andy, LewkOne. No, Eternal Conflict, and it's going to add the Diablo's Butcher to the game as a playable character.
Cool.
And a new battleground with a unique premise.
What's the premise?
Hey, isn't that like a set of rules? No, it's premise. It's you know what it is? It's irreverent. But here you go, this might explain it. The battleground has 2 lanes flanking a central combat area. So, I don't know whether... Because isn't the whole MOBA sort of gig is lanes, isn't it? Left lane, right lane, middle lane. So these are flanking lanes, so it's going to add a new dimension to the battleground, I would imagine, just by putting the word flanking.
That'd be really good, because all the players on that game are bloody flankers anyway.
Yeah, well, they flank your life.
Bunch of flankers.
So a Diablo-themed expansion. No royalties needed because it's all Blizzard.
It looks very pretty, though.
It does,
like the Fields of Eternity.
Oh, why don't you go and marry Heroes of the Storm, Sean?
Yeah, get a fucking room.
Yeah.
I'll come with you.
Fucking have it.
But from the screenshots that I have here in front of me and B have seen to date, it is very Diablo-like. It looks like the 5th level.
Well, the screenshots, it looks like one side is heaven and one side is
side's hell. Yeah.
Your 2 bases, so, yeah.
This could be heaven, this could be hell.
And I'd almost suspect that this will all be free too, yes, Sean?
Yep. Yeah, but you'll have to pay for the butcher.
You reckon?
Okay, if you want him as a playable character, he'll be part of the rotation.
Yeah.
But if you want him, like any other character, if you want to use them as your primary character, you'll pay for him. And as a free game, great.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. That's it. All right. Is that back to me now?
Yeah, Cobber.
Forza 6 has been leaked, and I'm not talking about that green vegetable.
Yeah, I know. Oh, sorry, I have to cut you off there. You were saying something earlier that was funny, but I ended up pissing myself and I muted myself because I looked at your Facebook post and at quick glance, because my phone was flashing and someone's liked your photo, so I've clicked on it to stop my notification from flashing. I looked at it, Forza 6 leaked, and I went, oh yeah, and I was like, well, what's the go with like the do not cross tape? And then I went, fucking hang on a minute, pulled my phone back, it's 2 fucking leaks. Leaked. That's irreverent.
It's very irreverent. Oh my god, there's a leak in the boat.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, that was...
No, that's alright. Forza 6 has been leaked, so we've got some information on the Japanese Xbox site. Whoopsie! It's been brought down. It's been taken down now, but the damage has been done. So apparently it's going to feature over 450 cars, 1080p 60 frames a second visuals. Yes, this is exclusive to Xbox One. It's going to have 3D puddle effects, night racing, 26 world famous locales, 2-player split screen, which is always good to keep that in there, 24-player online races, and the driver tars are also going to be there from the previous Forza game. So Forza 6, although we kind of really knew already that a Forza 6 would be in the making, we know a little bit about it now, so that sounds pretty cool. 450 cars, 1080p 60 with 3D puzzle effects and stuff like that. Sounds good to me.
That sounds good, but I'm gonna hang out for GT7.
It's got a big boots to fill now.
Oh.
I like the vibrating triggers. They're nice on the Xbox One.
Oh, rare.
What's the matter?
The haptic feedback.
There's haptic feedback in your triggers, is there?
Yeah. Yeah, individual triggers. So the good part
like
about
first-person shooting and all that?
It's for that as well, but like with driving, if you put on the brakes, you'll feel the ABS shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
So it'll go and you feel the vibrations in the in the pedal. And also with accelerating, it'll vibrate when you lose traction. They start spinning.
Oh.
So you know to ease off the accelerator or to ease off the brakes or to brake a little bit harder because you haven't locked up yet and stuff like that. You can feel the friction points and stuff. It's quite cool.
Wow, I would have put that down as trying to keep parity with the lack of frame rates, but...
60 frames a second. Forza's going to be good. I've always thought Forza was better than GT.
Really?
I like Forza. Forza 5 is very solid. It is very solid. And... Yeah, I haven't had any issues with it. It's beautiful.
I haven't liked a Gran Turismo game since 4.
I liked 6. Yeah.
Didn't like
4 was good.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it. That's it coming. So who else has got more news?
Red.
Go, Red.
Nathan Drake collection. Well, it's going to be old news if I read the proper heading here. Announced for PS4. Rank, you heard it here first. But there's a couple of things here. Look, I don't think we've said it on the podcast last week. Release date of the 7th of October makes it a really, really good birthday present for Red. There will be no multiplayer.
Yes, that sucks, man.
Campaign only.
That is really crap because Uncharted 2 and 3 both had multiplayer.
And as we would have assumed, being a remaster, it is 1080p, 60 frames per second. There's fixing to the lighting, the textures, and the models, which would have needed to be done anyway, but they're going to stake it here to make it look like they've done more work.
Yeah.
A rumour of a different trophy list to the original, which means you don't have to play them 37 times.
No crushing difficulty, please.
Yeah, that is really hard on crushing.
And those who pre-order the Nathan Drake pack will include single-player skins of iconic Drake, a golden AK-47, and a golden 92 FS. That's your primary handgun that he has, I believe.
Cool. But at least they could have done the multiplayer just for Uncharted 3.
Yeah, look, I played more of that than I have of Uncharted 3.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame.
You know what? It could be in the works as a thing, but they wouldn't be able to fit them all on a disc, I don't think.
Why not?
that would be the issue. Well, that's what was the issue with the Master Chief Collection as well.
Yeah, so do a 45 gigabyte update.
Yeah, day one update.
They could have done the. I would have loved just for them to put Uncharted 3's multiplayer. They don't have to put 2 as well, because just 1 will do.
Yeah, because that was teamwork orientated, wasn't it? Wave defense and.
I just think it would have been good.
Yeah, and one last thing, not that I'm a big advocate for pre-orders and everything like that, but buying the Nathan Drake collection also grants exclusive access to the multiplayer beta for A Thief's End.
Yay! I'm in. Count me in.
Yeah, sign me up for 7.
Yeah. Good stuff. Alright, well, is that the end of our news?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Alright then.
Let's skip that sound.
Why not? It's the trend. No, let's do What's That Sound now.
I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
All right, last week we had What's That Sound? You guys brought that to us, and it was what?
Well, bring out the gimp.
Think the gimp's sleeping.
Well, guess you'll just have to go wake him up now, won't you?
Witcher
3. I actually
Witcher
got
3, yes.
I was gonna say it, but I thought I'll leave it to you to say. But you couldn't even bloody remember it, just like me when I do it.
Well, Nick hooked us up. You see, I said, look, I got big boots to fill this week and big undies, but I got the boots nearly right. Give me a What's That Sound? And he sent that through. I was like, gimp, where have I heard that? It's like, Prugo, not me.
That's right, waking up the gimp, and it's. I think Sean, you said. I think you gave the answer of is that Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Very good. That's. I think that's the reference. But we need to mention as well. That was last week's. The week before's answer, which you guys didn't give away.
Remember, boys and girls, don't be a dimwit.
Was BioShock Infinite. We had a winner, Aaron Wilson. Congratulations. So that was the whole
Columbria. Which is highly irrelevant.
Irrelevant, yes.
Remember, boys and girls, don't be a dimwit. That was our one. So Aaron Wilson won that. But not only did he give us the answer, he gave us a little bit more detail about it, which was really cool. He's obviously a keen BioShock Infinite fan. Good on you, mate. Keep gaming. All right, now for this week, we need to have a listen to the news sound. Are you ready?
Yes.
Right, who knows it?
Oh, wow. It's one of two things.
Does it sound familiar?
Yes.
What do you mean it's one of two things, Red? Go.
It's either being teleported in something like Metroid, or it's a like an intro, like made by someone.
Ooh. You said it was one of two things, and that's incorrect because it's neither of those.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Can I have it again, please?
You can have it again, please.
So the last three things at the end there.
Is it? What does that mean?
Well, the last noise and then the three kind of bell things. It sounds like the original, the 360 startup, but it was a startup for something. That's all I can think of. It. You said no.
What if I give a hint and say, "Oh, poor thing, it's so cute."
Hang on, I'll ask Google.
No. How are you going to ask Google?
Is it 16-bit or 32-bit?
16.
Thought so.
Yeah. Getting too much now. All right, if anybody thinks they know what that sound is, feel free to please send your answers to a private message to the Facebook page, Aussie Gamers Express. Tell me, say LewkOne, you have not stumped me this week. I believe the What's That Sound is this. And if you are correct, you will go into running to win a free game. And sometimes I feel a little bit generous, and I just give you a free game for entering. So if you just send us a message saying, I think it's Jack and the Beanstalk, I think it's a game that Sean made when he was 8. It was the sound of Red's finger getting squashed in a car door. Yeah, I'll probably give you a free game anyway, because that's quite funny. Made me laugh. Generally, you get something for free. But it's none of those things that I just mentioned, just in case you were wondering. And what's that sound for this week. What do we do now? Has anybody been following?
Frequently asked questions. Not so frequently asked questions.
Frequently unanswered questions.
Frequently unanswered questions.
My God.
Game facts.
Yes, we are doing not so frequently asked questions. All right, this week on Not So Frequently Asked Questions, we are covering Silent Hill. Now, not Silent Hills. That game can still eat a dick. So Silent Hill, generally as a franchise, has got a couple of facts about this. You guys like that game?
Oh, I did. Number 2. Number 1, number 2. I think it was on PS2? PS1?
No. Look, I actually can't say that I finished any of them.
There was one I remember we carrying around, and you were carrying around a radio, and every time you got static meant something was flying down to fucking nail you.
Yeah, wasn't that the first one?
I think so. That scared the shit out of us.
Yeah, because you had that thing on your belt or something, and it would go
feedback, and then you'd get attacked from behind or above, and you're in. Yeah, go on. Yes, I did like it.
But anyway, the original Silent Hill game actually was completely changed from what it was originally going to be. What they'd already done, the developers had already sent a copy of the game to all the different distribution centers that would make game guides.
Oh, yes.
So they had the game and they played through the game and they wrote up all their guides before the game was released. But the thing is, they changed all the puzzles and the solutions and shit. So when the game was released with all those game guides, they were completely useless.
That's funny.
Wow, how pissed off would you be buying that guide, doing your absolute nut in? Because, mind you, this would have been... Would that have been before the internet was really widely used for this kind of thing.
Didn't exist.
Yeah, they would have been doing their head in. Why isn't it working? The puzzle says to do this. Wow, that would have drove a lot of people crazy, especially the people that wrote the guides that were useless. But yeah, so that actually happened, believe it or not. Also, now, maybe not so frequently asked, but maybe some people might know the answer to it, but I reckon both of you would, being gaming enthusiasts.
Oh, put us on the spot.
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot, but I'm pretty confident. The fog. What do you know about the fog? Why was the fog in there? You know, it was very foggy in the first Silent Hill game. Yeah. Why was that?
Oh,
other than for aesthetics. Other than for aesthetics. Oh, God. I've put you guys on the spot.
Here we go. Why is there fog?
He's Googling it.
In Silent Hill.
Well, the original game had a lot of fog in it. Yes, it did tend to give very good aesthetics and it was scary and all that stuff. But the game was so demanding that the draw distance was absolutely nothing.
Oh.
So they put the fog in the game to cover the fact that the buildings and the road and all that just wasn't rendered yet. So that's... sorry, I thought that was more known than it was. And I guess this is quite a good part for Not So Frequently Asked Questions because you guys didn't know. But yeah, so the resources in the PlayStation 1 just didn't exist to make up for how big the scope of that game was. So they put a thick fog in there and it sort of ran with the series, even though as the consoles got more powerful, they still had that sort of nature to them because it added to how scary the game was.
Fucking oath it did.
So there you go. But it was originally put in for that reason, for technical reasons, not to make the game scary. But it worked. Good job. All right, I've got another one here. Did you know that there was an on-rails shooter version of Silent Hill?
Called Rambo.
Rainbow? What?
Rambo.
Oh, Rambo. No. That was a fucking shit game. Oh, look, and I would prefer to play Wanda. That Rambo game was terrible. But no, there's an on-rails shooter version. It was only in arcades, but it was called Silent Hill the Arcade.
Oh, go figure.
Developed by Konami, it was first revealed in 2007 in Japan. So I don't think it ever made it out this way, but there was an on-rails shooter version of it, and apparently it was shit. Now, the next one for Not So Frequently Asked Questions is, where was Silent Hill based on? Is it a real town? Sort of. North Dakota. Why do you say that?
Oh, just a guess.
Just a guess. It was an American town that came to mind.
Yeah.
I have no idea of the geographical locations, but it might be close by. It actually was based on a real-life town called Centralia in Pennsylvania. So it's not exactly the same, but much like Silent Hill, it's an abandoned ghost town sort of thing. It doesn't really have any monsters in it that we know of. But believe it or not, there is a massive crack down one of the roads which appears in the second game. So there you go.
Wicked.
Interested? You guys keen? You following with me here, or do you want me to stop?
Oh, no. I love it.
This is good shit.
Yeah.
Now, did you also know that there was a whole shitload of movie references in the original game? We were probably a lot younger when we played it, so may have gone over our heads. Can you guess what sort of references there would have been?
Here's Johnny.
Oh, yeah, close.
One of the Jason Voorhees, like the noise or something. That
No,
they'd have to be horror movies.
Very good guesses, though. Get this. So there's a newspaper in the first game there where the headline reads, Bill Skins 5th.
That's bloody...
it rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Yep, that's right. Silence of the Lambs. So that's an homage to that. Also, not far from where that newspaper is, there's graffiti on one of the garage doors that says Red Rum.
That's
The Shining.
That's from The Shining. Obviously, when you see that in a mirror, it's backwards. It says murder. So there you go. There's also a shop called Cut Right Chainsaws, which is modelled after the one that appears in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Yep.
And there's a stairwell in there, apparently based on one from Psycho.
Oh, nice.
So there you go. All this stuff would have went over my head as a kid, so because I obviously wouldn't have known about those movies back then. But really cool. Good on you, Mr. Konami developer dudes. All right, I got some more. It's not so frequently asked questions. Where do the street names come from in Silent Hill, the original one? Have a guess.
Stephen King books.
Wow, really good. Not necessarily Stephen King books, but from horror authors.
Oh, yeah.
So the roads were named after Irreverent. He was the
was there a main road?
A what road?
Main road, M-A-I-N-E.
Don't know. Don't think so. Don't remember. Anyway, I've got a list of some of them here anyway. Irreverent, who was the author of The Stepford Wives and Rosemary's Baby.
Yep.
There's one named after Richard Matheson, who wrote I Am Legend and some early Twilight Zone episodes. There was one named after Robert Bloch, or Bloch, depending on how you pronounce that, and he's the guy that introduced Psycho. There's one named after Ray Bradbury, and that's not the guy who...
Won the ice skating?
Won the ice skating.
Ray Bradbury wrote Fahrenheit 451, didn't he?
That is correct. You've Googled
by default.
I had to read that in high school. It was the only book that I actually read, I think, from cover to cover.
Oh, I think I was meant to read that. Never did.
It was quite good, actually.
Yeah, take your word for it.
Very good book, yeah.
Richard Bachman, and who's that, Red?
That's a pseudo for Stephen King.
Exactly. That's his pen name. Correct. Well done. So that was pretty impressive by you, Red. I appreciate that. Last one here. This is probably the funniest one out of all, and I had to keep it. But Silent Hill was made in Japan, right?
Yes.
The developers wanted to get the American feel for the location.
Very quiet mountain. It was a direct translation.
But the place that they ended up using was very irreverent. Their research led them to start looking at American movies and TV shows. They decided on Kindergarten Cop. So in the original Silent Hill game, the school in the game is modelled exactly off the school in Kindergarten Cop.
That I knew. That I did know.
You knew that? That's cool.
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's really, really cool. I really love this segment because it gets me researching all this cool stuff.
Oh, but it's the nostalgia too, because I'm sitting back here going, every time I played Silent Hill, do you know what was going through my head?
What?
Fuck it, let's play Siphon Filter. Now I'm thinking about Siphon Filter.
Every time I think about Silent Hill, I think of that song. You know that intro?
Yep.
Yeah. That's tops.
I thought it was that horrible movie that they brought out.
Oh, yeah. Number 2 was shit. Number 1 was pretty
Hey,
good.
that's got Rada Mitchell in it. She's hot and Australian. She's cool, man. I've never seen it, though.
Sean Bean in it.
Did he die?
Probably.
He always dies.
The first one? The first one's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's the one with Rada Mitchell.
Is it?
I didn't actually know there was a second one.
I couldn't see her through the fog, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
She hadn't rendered yet.
Yeah. She's hot,
They had Revelation, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was shit. Oh,
that was like a CGI thing, though, wasn't it?
Oh, I've heard of it.
Ish. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good stuff. That brings us to the end of Not So Frequently Asked Questions, so that only leaves time for shout.
Shout! Let it all out!
Right, yeah.
That.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered going, ah!
Oh, so you did anyway.
Alright, well, we got some names here that I'm saying over and over again, which is not because I don't think everyone else doesn't do enough when it comes to contributing to the page, but these people just exceptionally well at chiming in at the right time. So, without further ado, our Canadian export, Dano.
Hey, Dano, how are you, man?
Red Oats, he's back on the scene. I haven't seen him around for a while, but he's clicking and commenting. It was good to have him back. Ross Mark, Everything Destiny, get about it. Pat Clifford, again, fucking been outshone here, mate. Fucking.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Pat's getting keen, man. Have you seen his recent post with the Monty Python?
Yeah, he posted it to me today, and I'm
That's
like,
tops.
you've got to post it to the page, man.
Yeah, it was hilarious with all the blood everywhere and the bunny rabbit.
Yeah,
That's so good.
and
That was good.
last and not least, yourself, Luke. Welcome back, and thanks very much for doing all the behind stuff for our podcast last week. And still making it available for everyone. So that needs to be duly noted.
Thank you very much. I enjoy doing things from behind. It is very good to be gay.
Gay? To be gay. Oh.
Very good to be back. Oh, you clowns.
So, yeah. Thanks again.
Luke's gonna be pissy. We forgot to do... What's that sound? Oh, dear.
It was very funny.
You want to try it again?
Do what?
Week?
Pondering while wandering around Wanda. And wondering while... Oh, fuck no. I don't First time.
Wonders whilst wandering around Wanda.
Oh, yeah.
For other people's reference, if they're wondering what we're talking about there, or pondering and wondering what we're talking about there, and also with my intro today, that was meant to be the intro last week, but Red forgot to say it. And then at the end of the show, they were trying to get Red to say it. It wouldn't work. So that's
Pondering and wondering while wandering around Wanda.
Is that it?
You mean?
Not wondering. Wondering
Okay.
while wandering. What?
Anyway, that's the end of the show.
Well, now that we're at the end of this week's show, please take the time to like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/AussieGamers2012. Search Aussie Gamers 2012 up the top, and you'll find us on there. Twitter is at Aussie Gamers 12. Twitch, Aussie Gamers TV at twitch.tv. You check out all our news, reviews, latest things, thought pieces, all that kind of stuff at www.aussiegamersexpress.com. Our YouTube channel can be found by searching Aussie Gamers Express. Please subscribe to the channel, leave comments, and share all our videos with your friends.
I thought you said, and Cheryl. I'm thinking, who's Cheryl?
Cheryl.
Share all.
Yes, share all. Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and iTunes are the best way to listen to this podcast. and download it directly to the device of your choice. Just search Aussie Gamers Express and you'll find them all on there.
Awesome.
Oh, if you want snail mail as well, PO Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 27449.
Awesome. And Sean, give your personal address, please.
My personal address?
Yep, your actual
PO Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 2749.
That's it. I think we're done.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, I'm going to go eat some food, play some video games, and drink some coffee. I've been LewkOne.
I've been Thorncliff.
I've been Reed.